is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
Now, before we get to the usual schedule of pre-stream, meaning, you know, the plugs and then the shout-outs, I have a really quick topic I want to talk about, alright? We all know how bad YouTube's automated systems are. I mean, whether it's for copyright, whether it's for content ID, whether it's for whatever it is, no matter what their system is, demonetizing for violence and stuff, it's all garbage. It's run by robots. It doesn't have any kind of a subjective eye on anything. It's just an algorithm that runs, and 95% of the time, when these things identify a video for either a content ID or demonetization, it's incorrect. It's erroneous, but they don't care. Their excuse at YouTube is, oh, our business is too big for humans to do anything with, so we have to write all these robots and algorithms to do everything for us, even though they're all faulty and they don't fucking work.
Ow! Why'd you do that? Why did you do that? Why'd you just go to bite mommy? Wow. Alright, so you see what pigs can do.
Every day, no exaggeration, I get multiple notices from YouTube that more videos have been content ID flagged, that more videos are being taken down for copyright. In fact, my entire binary domain playthrough, anyone remember that one? Binary domain from back in the day? The game that kind of wanted to be Mass Effect? That whole playthrough's blocked by Sega. For whatever reason, Sega has blocked the entire playthrough and no one can watch it anymore. No explanation, they just blocked every single, video of it. So I still get emails about this stuff every day, alright? Usually I just shrug it off, I'm like, whatever. Sometimes it's a video that's a newer video and I get pissed and then I'll dispute it, because I want to obviously get the rights back to my newer videos that most people are still watching.
The money is mine, and I want the money.
But in general, when a video from 5 to 10 years ago gets claimed or whatever, I don't give a shit, right? What am I going to do about it? Sit here and spend tons of time arguing it when it doesn't really affect anything. It's a drop in the bucket, as they say. In this case, it would be like the drop in the ocean with the amount of videos that I've got out there. But anyway, the reason I bring this up is overnight, I got all these messages from YouTube. It seems that YouTube is systematically flagging every single video of Street Fighter 4 gameplay footage that's ever existed. This is not an exaggeration. Every single video of Street Fighter 4 footage that's ever existed, gameplay-wise, and they're flagging it saying that it's part of Capcom's tournament series. According to YouTube, those videos were actually from the European Capcom Cup tournament series and are the legal property of Capcom, and therefore they've all been claimed by Capcom.
Oh.
I wasn't aware that Connecticut was in Europe, and that my condo in Connecticut is apparently the tournament hub for Street Fighter. And therefore, any footage of Street Fighter that I ever recorded is apparently the legal property of Capcom now. You see what I mean? So here's what happened. In reality, here's what really happened. Capcom and all their stupidity, because it's stupidity.
They want salt, I'll give them salt. I'll give them more than they can handle.
Told YouTube, here's a bunch of footage from our major tournament series, and we don't want anyone reposting this footage, so put this into your content ID system. YouTube did, but their content ID system is complete shit, and so what it's doing is flagging moments during gameplay that look the same, and flagging anyone's videos of fucking Street Fighter 4 that even look remotely close, and claiming those for Capcom. Now, Capcom didn't intend to do this, Capcom did not say, oh, we want to claim every single Street Fighter 4 video on YouTube to make money. That's not their intention. Their intention was to protect their own tournament series of videos so people wouldn't just rip them and re-upload them somewhere else to try to make money for themselves, and I totally understand that. The problem with this is that YouTube's content ID system does not work. I've only said this about 25 times a year for the last 10 fucking years. It doesn't work. The algorithms don't work properly. They always misidentify the videos. The last time we talked about this was a couple months ago, when it was the composer behind Apex Legends soundtrack, alright, had loaded the soundtrack of Apex Legends, which, no lie, constitutes one song. The intro song when you're dropping out of the dropship down onto the map, okay? That song was loaded into YouTube because they wanted to start selling that song on iTunes. And when they did that, everyone's videos of Apex Legends were getting claimed and matched up saying that it had that song in it, and so they were getting revenue from everyone who played Apex Legends. It doesn't make any fucking sense. The composer himself admitted on Twitter that's not what he had intended, but he hoped that those smart guys at YouTube could figure it out. They don't. They don't figure anything out. They put it in a robotic, automated algorithm, they press the button, and then they walk away. They don't fix it, they don't refine it, the thing just fucking doesn't work, and it never has.
Oh, I gotta take a sip. My mouth is full of salt.
So how these companies still to this fucking day are under this oddball misconception that Content ID works, I have no fucking idea, because anyone who uses YouTube regularly will tell you it doesn't. All they need to do is 5 seconds of research to real people who use the website instead of listening to the bullshit PR spin and the marketing spin that probably YouTube's marketing team tells them, oh, you want to use our Content ID system, pay us some money, and then load your content into it, and we'll make sure no one steals your content. It's bullshit. And they all fall for it because they're fucking ignorant. They're ignorant of the internet, they're ignorant of internet culture, they're ignorant of how YouTube works, and they never talk to any YouTubers to find out if it works or not. I could just tell from when I talked to that composer of Apex Legends on Twitter. This guy was completely ignorant of how Content ID worked and just thought that it would work without any hitches and thought that YouTube would fix it immediately when in reality they haven't fixed the damn thing. People's videos of Apex Legends still get claimed and there's nothing anyone can do about it. So, all that being said, I just thought this was a funny story because I almost guarantee you that more and more, every day, more and more of my Street Fighter 4 videos from over the years are going to get claimed.
Oh, you're getting salt. It's, even now, again, my mouth overpowered with salt flavor.
So can you imagine the thousands of Street Fighter 4 videos that I have out there that are now going to slowly get claimed because they've loaded in these, you know, Capcom tournament series into Content ID? Can you imagine how everyone's videos of Street Fighter 4 will now get claimed? And in reality, guys, is this a humongous problem for me? It's not, all right? Again, it's a drop in the ocean for me. Because I've made so many videos over the years that every day I could get like 10 to 100 videos claimed. And it's not that big of a deal because the bottom line is, first of all, people don't watch the old videos that much. They're old. You know, who's watching Street Fighter 4 coverage from 7, 8 years ago at this point in 2019? Not a hell of a lot of people, okay? Unless you're just reminiscing about the old game or whatever. You know, and number two, on a daily basis, I put out enough gameplay footage. You know what I mean? Like, I put out at least 4 to 6, if not longer, amount of hours a day of gameplay footage to kind of make up for that anyway. So, oh no, a couple old videos got claimed, but I put out new videos that people are watching. You see what I mean? So it kind of negates any negative impact. So, in reality, it's not horrendously bad for me.
As little as $1 helps, okay? Everything's got to be about making the almighty dollar.
But can you imagine if you were a content creator who only did Street Fighter? Just think about that. These guys who are pro-level players, all they do is play Street Fighter. They rely on your watching of their footage of Street Fighter in order for them to make a living. And up to now, it's been fine. Up to now, they've never had an issue. But now, all of a sudden, they notice all their videos are getting claimed by Capcom erroneously because of YouTube's algorithms. What the fuck? How is that fair to them?
Listen, I know that that's a little bit hypocritical. Very, very, very hypocritical. Pretty hypocritical, I agree. I'm hypocritical. You're a hypocrite, and you're an asshole.
But anyway, this is all just me kind of venting a little bit about YouTube. Every once in a while I do this, and I apologize for those who just don't give a shit, but I just think it's funny that YouTube thinks that my local footage of Street Fighter 4, filmed in my Connecticut condo, is from the European Capcom Cup Tournament Series. Okay, then. I mean, that's probably giving me way more credit than I deserve to say that I was playing at a tournament level at any time in Street Fighter 4, because I know I wasn't. Okay?
I myself am a former pro fighting game player.
I'm just overall pretty good at all kinds of different games. I think I could take something like that World Cyber Games Ultimate Gamer. You want to know the truth? I'm probably one of the best overall gamers in the country.
Any moment, I can pick up a controller, and I can play any game at professional level. I am a former professional fighting game player in the capacity, not that I did it for a living. I was a high-level tournament player, 4th place at EVO, top player of Street Fighter 2 that year overall in the country. And then after that, years I had won, qualifiers, various qualifiers for EVO, and, done pretty good in tournaments overall in Street Fighter 2 over the years.
Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. Guys, listen to this. I'm not even kidding you. I just got an email from YouTube. My Asura's Wrath demo gameplay part 1 has been claimed by Capcom because Capcom loaded their E3 live stream of Asura's Wrath from like 2012 into YouTube's Content ID system, and it identified my demo gameplay as their E3 stream. And so it's been claimed. I'm not even kidding, this just happened live. So it seems to me it's not even Street Fighter. It seems, I guess, Capcom loaded a bunch of all their official stuff into the Content ID system, and it's erroneously claiming everyone's videos of Capcom ever. Hodor Tar cheered and said, as a European, I thought that men visit barbershops and ladies go to the hairdresser. Do you appreciate the special care for your hair in salons? I would recommend that you buy your own hair clipper for buzz cuts. You would look fresh and save some money. Well, first of all, I don't want a buzz cut. The truth of the matter is, when I was younger, I got a buzz cut for a long time. It was basically high school, end of high school through 2010. I always got a buzz cut. And then in 2010, when I decided I was going to start doing YouTube as a full-time thing because I got laid off from my office job, I said, I'm going to grow out my hair, and we're going to see how it looks, okay? And ever since then, you know, I've gone to when I lived in Connecticut, I did go to a barber, but then when I moved out here, right across the street kind of from where I lived, there was a hairmaster's haircutter place, and I just walked in one day, and, you know, this woman cut my hair and did a really good job, and I said, why not just keep going? Now, since then, it's a funny story.
Time for me to start losing more fucking hair.
She actually got promoted because she was such a good person. She's so good at what she did, haircutting. She got promoted and now has her own store. Now, it's not here. I have to drive a little bit further out to go to it, but it's her own damn store. And like I said, I've now gone to her to get my hair cut for 5 years, and she does a great job. She, you know, she does Kat's hair as well. Kat loves the hair that she gets, haircuts she gets from her. So why on earth wouldn't we keep going? The bottom line is, if you like the haircut you're getting, it doesn't matter if you get it from a male or a female, a barber, a hairdresser, a salon stylist, or just some guy who cuts hair out of the back of his house as a hobby. As long as you're liking the haircut you get, it doesn't matter. You know, all these titles and things, you know, who gives a shit, right? And, you know, like I said, the whole time that I had lived in Connecticut, I always went to a barber. Always. So when I came out here and I started going to a hairdresser, it was different. It was, oh, wow, okay. But I got used to it, and it's fine, you know. And by the way, I hate to tell you this, Hodor Targ, you know, what you're saying maybe for Europe, it's weird for men to go into a salon or a haircutting place, not a barber, but in the United States, it's becoming more and more prominent because guess what? Barber shops are actually kind of going away. I've noticed this, that they're kind of just disappearing, and what you're finding is more of like a corporatized chain of haircutting places that now exist. You know, like I'll say there's like a hair cutters, a hair masters, I'm trying to think, there's like a lot of these places. Just in my local mall, there's like 2 of them that are like chains. It's not like an individual business anymore. It's a chain, and it's very hard to actually find a barber anymore. So I actually think in the United States, at least, barbers are kind of being phased out as an old, archaic thing. And now it's being more focused on these hair cutters, salon, etc. Okay? So that's just the truth of the matter.
Hear this hilarious. Phil's going bald. No, I'm not. I have the same exact hairline that I had since I started on YouTube. What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a racist. Phil's a scammer. DSP's a pedophile. DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck.
This guy's a bitch.
I have a micro penis. Alright, I'm not dead, but I swear to God I wish I fucking was.